ladies, and welcome back to another episode of the Flourish Women Podcast. This is our season finale of season 3.
Already.
So what we're going to do today, we're going to have a Freestyle Flourish Friday.
All right.
Switch it up a little bit.
All right.
Switch it up a little bit.
Switch it up.
So we're just going to have a little fun today.
Okay.
So
We've been having fun.
we have. So, ladies, today we're gonna play a game.
Okay.
So this is, I don't have a name for it, but I know what you did in the past.
I know what you did last summer.
I'm just kidding. I don't have a name for it.
I know what you did.
Right. So what we did was I had each lady write down something about themselves that we don't know about each other, something that might have been just funny, something they did in the past that you would just never guess, like, oh my gosh, Jasmine, I would have never expected that out of you. I got them to write down something like that on a piece of paper and put it in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read them off, and you guys tell me, who do you think out of this group did that task?
So you're going to read all of them first, and then we come back to each individual?
Okay, you want to do it that way?
No, I'm not going to remember.
No.
You
I
wanna
need
do
to
them
hear
all?
all of them first,
Okay.
and then be like, oh, okay.
Okay. All right, that's good.
Well, you don't want to say who you think it may be.
First, right. Let's do that.
We'll go through all of them, and
But
then we'll
nobody
make our
don't give
final
away.
guess.
Don't say anything. Don't give it away.
Yeah.
Okay.
If somebody says, I think it's such and such.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep your poker face on.
All right, so this person participated on a game show on BET. All right. So I'm about to say it's lady. So this person used to look around in church when it was time to stand up, and before I stood up, I had to make sure someone else was standing. So they ain't like to stand up until everybody else was standing up in church.
She a leader.
This person didn't want to stand up by themselves in church.
Who didn't want to stand up in church?
Okay. Oh, I think I know who this is. So this person went dumpster diving.
Oh.
That's nasty.
You know what that is?
What is
I said,
that?
what is it?
You go in a dumpster from what I think.
That is atrocious.
Dumpster dive to
Yeah,
look for
like,
things.
you go through
You might find
trash
furniture,
and stuff.
You might find.
So you do this to find stuff to put in your place? Or like
I've
it's
seen
a
people
game?
do it. I saw one person, they went and dumpster dive. This lady went and got candles, like Bath and Body Works, would throw
I've
out
seen
their
that.
broken candles. She would get them and she would melt them down and
Really?
reuse them.
Oh, I'm going dumpster diving. Who with it?
Yeah, she would go and get Bath and Body Works candles.
Where the dumpster
I
at?
saw that on TikTok too.
It was on TikTok.
All right. This person kissed a hearing impaired boy in the ditch at recess in elementary school.
Wait. On that back?
This person kissed.
I cannot.
No, I'm just kidding. This person. All right, y'all. So this person.
How many was that? Was that 4?
This was 4. This is the 4th one.
Wait, it's not all over. What?
This person kissed a hearing impaired boy in the ditch at recess in elementary school. They took it all the way back.
You know better than that.
All right. So we got
Gotta explain this stuff to me.
BET,
Somebody was on BET.
game show.
Okay.
Somebody
I
kissed
think I
a
know
hearing
who that
impaired
is.
boy in the ditch
I think I know who
at
that is.
recess in elementary school.
Okay.
This person would not stand up in church until everybody else would stand up.
You standing up?
Right. They would look around, make sure other people were standing up. And then this person.
Look, and then somebody might be stretching you like.
Right.
What you do? You sit back down?
And this is what I'm doing today.
And then the last person went dumpster diving.
They went
so who do you
dumpster.
think did what?
Okay, name the first one.
Call it.
Yeah.
All right. BET game show.
AD.
Lacear.
AD.
Okay, we're gonna make guesses. All right, so
You gotta tell us
who
the
need-
answer.
you ready?
you want me to go else?
Yeah.
Okay, reveal yourself.
Reveal
You
yourself.
gotta stand
Who was
up.
it?
Don't wait on nobody else to stand
Right,
up.
stand up. Who was
1,
it?
2, 3.
Go. Woo!
I
just knew it was.
You said
I felt it.
it was a college road tour when they were going around, and
Ah.
they had asked the Deltas, all the Greeks to be a part of it. So I was right on the front with I don't know who the hosts were. Well, the guy, he played on Jumping the Broom, the main character from Jumping the Broom. That's when he was a host on BET, and then there was another lady. I can't think of
With
her
the
name.
dreads. Did she have dreads? No, it was another one.
No.
I'm thinking about Free and AJ.
Denali or something.
I'm thinking about Free and AJ.
Yeah.
Okay, I know.
You know what I'm talking about? She had curly hair. Yeah.
Oh,
So they
I
came
just
out
knew
college.
it was
You know,
80.
It's a picture on Facebook of me like when we were.
I just
on
knew it
the-
was 80 out there on the yard. And she got pulled.
It was fun. It was cool.
All right, so this person kissed a hearing impaired boy in the ditch at recess at elementary
Please reveal
school.
yourself.
Please show me.
Who do y'all think it was?
I think it was.
I think it was Jasmine.
Okay.
Jasmine.
Reveal yourself.
All right, reveal yourself on 3.
Whoever you
One.
are.
Who was
No,
it?
it was you.
1,
else.
2, 3.
Go.
You know it was you.
I already revealed
She
myself.
just trying to take a long
Come
time.
on, get
Yeah,
on up,
she
rise
know.
on up.
80.
It was AD. Backstory, please. What?
AD, you need to be
First of all, he kept on signing to me, pointing to his lips.
Stop.
And I figured if I kissed him, he won't tell nobody because
I'm not fooling with AD.
the only people who would understand
What grade was this?
that I was in elementary school, maybe
Oh.
like first grade. He couldn't tell none of my friends.
Lord, I'm laughing because I knew it was her. Like, that's why I was
That's a
laughing because
AD.
she would put
That's-
something
And I
like
made
that.
him turn off his device just in case.
Stop
Somebody
playing.
was listening. Y'all ain't right. All right, okay. 80, I knew it was one of y'all.
Jasmine probably thought about doing it.
Girl, we are not one and the same. You are by yourself on that one. You are.
You by
Best
yourself.
kiss I ever had. No, I'm just playing.
Y'all so silly.
And it was a little white boy too, man.
Yeah.
You got jungle fever.
Oh my.
This person went dumpster diving.
Jasmine.
You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me.
All right, reveal yourself. Who are you?
Look here.
Okay, please tell us.
So in
for?
college, we weren't looking for anything. So in college, when everybody moves
That
out,
she was in Lynchburg.
So,
It
like-
explains it all.
yeah. So we were in college. Like all the track kids would stay after because, like, if you were going to nationals or if you were still practicing, we stayed on campus. And so when everybody moved out, people would throw out everything. And so some of the
That
track
is
guys were like,
smart.
"We're going dumpster diving. Do you want to go with us?" And I was like, "All right, yeah, I ain't got nothing else to do." I didn't pick up anything. Some guys were like finding polos. Some guys took
Wow.
couches and stuff like it was. Some people threw out nice stuff, but that was my first time ever going, and I actually found a fish. Somebody left their fish just there to die, and so I took it home.
It was in the fish
But
bowl?
it was in a fish bowl, but the water was very dirty. Like they were just leaving it there for dead. So I actually kept the fish and I like cleaned out the water and stuff.
Nice.
Yep, I cleaned him up and I kept him.
How
I
long did
kept
he
him.
survive?
He survived for a while, maybe
okay.
another year or two. He didn't make it to
Okay.
my senior year, but because I think
Okay.
that was like freshman year. But
Wow.
I mean, it was fun. It was something for us to do because we were on campus by ourselves. But like, you would be amazed at some of the stuff that people just
Yeah.
throw away because they don't want
Yeah.
to take it back home.
Yeah, I know.
So it was I didn't do it often. That wasn't something that I do all the time.
Yeah.
Like a
I don't
hobby out
go
of it.
dumpster diving all the time. But
It's okay.
and her
That's
husband
the
be going
past is the
dumpster
past.
but I always thought it was cool because I found a fish and I actually like kept him and rehomed him.
Oh, that's nice.
So you grow girl moment.
Save the animals.
Yeah.
Saved a life.
I did.
Yes.
Named him William. Will I am.
Oh.
I can't take it today. I can't. Well, I am.
Will I am.
Ain't no William.
Rest in peace,
First name
William.
Will.
Will you
Middle
take-
name I. Last name M.
Will you take me home, please?
Well, now we know.
Last one.
Your first
Jasmine.
baby.
No. Now we know who did not stand up in church. And so everybody else would stand
I was
up.
not. Okay, that old lady ain't said. I said,
Taking her too long.
take her. Jasmine, she's like about 80 years old.
You gonna put
You
expectation
should be
on her to
ashamed.
stand
I
up.
said that old lady know better too.
Right.
You over there like this. Because she going.
She can't get up. I'm like this. She do.
You're so
I said,
silly.
well, that old lady not getting up, and she ought to know better. And I, my aunt, I said,
Girl, I ain't
My
doing that.
ancestors.
I'm gonna say, the elders, they should know better. So that lady should get up if the pastor say get up. And she did not. So I said, well, she know better. She's my elder. I did not get up. I used to look around and look at the oldest lady in the church.
And you're going to find the oldest lady.
She could not get up because she hurrying, baby.
That ain't right.
Well, I'm glad you have made some definite progress
because
with that.
I was so, nervous from being in church. I'm all by myself. I'm just like, okay, I don't know. People, you think anxiety. You think everybody's looking at you. You know how you feel.
True.
So
That's
just
a girl moment too.
That is a girl
because you be standing up.
Jesus. I love it.
Y'all silly.
Oh God.
That was good. That was good. So now you know a little bit about the Flourish women.
You grow girl.
Yes.
Look,
that's
you don't even
really
have to
good.
do you grow girl. She just did it.
Right.
You good?
We gonna give you that you grow girl. Too.
That's you grow girl right there.
Thank you guys.
Y'all, we usually do a You Grow Girl moment where we celebrate our small wins, whether big or small. And I think Jasmine just unintentionally took the You Grow
Thank
Girl
you.
for today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jasmine.
That's
Because
it.
now she is the first person up. She is the first. She actually meets us at the door.
Yes.
So come on, Jasmine, to the church. Hey.
So we do
I'm so
have
crazy.
another segment that we do here, and it's called Give Her Her Flowers. And we like to just take a second to celebrate a woman. We don't want to wait until they are gone. We want to give them their flowers now. We want to appreciate them. So who would like to take this segment?
You can throw it down here. I'll catch
Mama,
it.
I love you.
I got it. All right. Okay, we got you next time. All
Right.
right. So this Give Her Flowers moment, I just want to take some time to shout out our host for the Flourish Women podcast. Give her flowers. Please give her all the flowers. Because just her heart behind this podcast, just being that leading voice and just doing what she does. Thank you, Lacear, for all that you do for the podcast, hosting,
Lacear.
just being a great example and rallying us together. For
We
this
get a little
thing.
silly
So
sometimes.
I just want to give you your flowers for that, just your dedication and commitment to this. And we know
Thank you.
you're going to be going on maternity leave and stuff like that very soon. So I just wanted to acknowledge you and just say thank you. You've been doing an outstanding job with the podcast.
Aw.
We are proud of you. Say we are proud of you.
Hey, 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 we are proud of you. Say,
We
hey,
are proud of
hey,
you.
hey, hey. You said you can't be no cheerleader.
Could not. My hands hurt.
But you be.
Lori would be so proud of you.
I know.
My neck hurts.
Shout out,
My
Lori.
feet and my
Thank
back.
you guys so
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I really appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
I really
Love
appreciate
you.
that.
Yes.
Thank you guys. I know.
Please don't go.
I didn't realize it was coming up on that
Very
time
soon.
that I'll have to phase out.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate you.
We're going to phase on in and come back.
They've been practicing, apparently.
Right.
They've been
I
practicing
think
to
AD
open it
would
up.
be a great.
No. I'm not talking about hosting.
Oh, no,
We gonna
baby.
phase
Oh, no,
on
no, no, no.
in
Oh.
and come see you.
Gonna bring the microphone to you.
Right.
Skype you in or something.
Dolly Truth meets wisdom and transparency. Not today.
You got it.
Settle down, girl.
Sit it down, girls. Okay, we're gonna start now.
I'm done with y'all.
Yes, we love you. That's
Y'all,
Cool.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Y'all. So, all right, let me rally it all back together.
Rally us up.
Today's topic. So, for our topic today, I just want to take a quick second and just talk about something that we all do, and that is serve in our ministry. For the women who may be watching that have never joined a church before, that's never been a part of any ministry, I want to kind of talk about what to expect, or what does it look like, or if you're one of those people that you may be new to the church, or you may have been at a church for a while and you're like, you know what, I want to get involved. I just want to shed a little bit of light on what it looks like serving in a church. So I'm going to throw out a question, and like always, anybody can grab it. So tell me, what made you want to be involved more with your church?
I think it's just awesome just seeing the heart and the work of our pastors here, and they just make it so easy to, you have no other choice but to jump in, get your feet wet, and start doing. because, on my end, I receive so much from the pastors, from the leadership, and just the ministry as a whole. Like, I don't know, it's just something about it. It's just like contagious. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you see people working, you see how hard the pastor and, Lady Taryn are working, and it's like, it's just contagious. She's like, I just have to. I don't even care what it is.
Yeah.
I just have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you going to say something, Jasmine?
Yes. So I think for me, it is accountability to serve in the church, to hold me accountable, to be able to trust me to show up, not only for God, but for my church. That is so important for me. So accountability, it makes me, hey, you have to be to church every Sunday. So whatever you're doing on the weekend, you need to be here. Now, granted, things happen. I understand that. But you need to get your tail to this church because you have spiritual priorities. Okay? So for me, it's accountability and being able to, holding myself accountable. And for the leaders of this church to hold me accountable to say, hey, this is the position that you're in. This is what we expect from you. And this is what God expects from you. And it's time for me to show up for myself and show up for God.
I believe
in that order, daughter.
Amen.
What a
We done changed it up. No, that's on that. No more.
Right.
That's on
order
that.
daughter. I like that.
For me, because I, even prior to like Flow in Life and other churches that I've been involved in, just always had a heart to do it. I know everybody may not necessarily be so quick to jump in to do things like that, but I've seen it like a dual purpose. For one, it's allowing me to play a part in my local church, which I really encourage everyone to do, to of course have that accountability, but then and to serve God through your local church. But then also for me, it allows me to tap more into my gifts and the things that God has called me to do. It allows me to connect with other people so that we can build and encourage one another. But it's like for me, it instead of me being isolated, coming into church and then leaving out, it allows me to be a part of something.
Yeah, that's good.
And that's rewarding for me when I know that, the work that's happening in the local church, like I get to play a part in that. And I'm also being blessed as a result of that. So that's why I do it.
Good.
I think that's good. For me, I know this is not my first church. Before I moved here to Charlotte, I was very involved in my last church as well. And for me, it was my first time ever being connected to a church. Like I had never been a member of a church or actually been somewhere where I was like, this is my church. So for me going into that and then wanting to join a ministry there, it was about connecting. Like I would always hear the pastor say, you find people that are, that will be able to help you and grow you, like making sure that you're connecting to the right people. And so when I seen that there was a ministry that was able to help women, I'm like, oh, I like to do that. And then there's women that thinking the same thing, we have common interests and goals. I'm like, okay, well, this could be a group of women that, I feel like I could bond with. Maybe I could meet new people, so it was a way for me to not only help my church, but then it was like, you know what, I get some, like Jasmine said, accountability. Because when you're new to walking with God, a lot of times you'll get tempted to go back to your old ways. But if you have people around you that are like going the same direction that you're trying to go, a lot of times that helps you.
Yeah,
so it was a way for me to connect, way for me to find women that were doing the same things that I was doing, maybe going through the same things that I was going through, and then also helping my church. So I felt like it was like an overall benefit. I think serving in the ministry not only benefits the ministry, but it always ends up benefiting you too.
Yes.
So I think that's a good way and a good reason to connect and serve in your ministry.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep, that's what it's about. Yep.
Agreed. So would you ladies say, what would you say is like the biggest lesson that you learned from serving so far?
You better show up. For me, that's my lesson for myself. Like, show up, okay? Just show up and do what you told God that you said you were going to do. This is not about the leaders of the church. This is about between you and God. Show up like he asks of you. Because if he's guiding you into a position, that means that there's a certain level of obedience that you need to have. Show up for God. That's that. On that. In that order.
One of the lessons that I've learned just with serving, because I think we all go through those moments where, or I have to speak for myself where I'm like, I don't feel like it today, but it's in that push to serve, especially being faithful with someone else's thing, you know, or ministry, like, but pushing myself outside of my feelings and my emotions, my comfort zone, you know, what I feel like doing, and just seeing God just like show up. So like showing up for God, but then watching him show up for me in that. It's just like, for me, I pray and I ask for grace in those moments where I feel that way, but I'm understanding that when I serve, it's like, for me, it gives me, I don't know, it just does something to my heart. Yeah. When I push past those feelings of not wanting to do it, and I actually show up and I do it, I'm like, man, God, I'm so glad I did it. Like, I'm so glad I showed up and I did and I served. And it's, for me, it's like honoring the house of God, just seeing that come to play.
Yeah.
That's good. And to piggyback off what you said, it's like sometimes in those moments where you don't really feel like it, but then you end up doing it. I feel like sometimes those are like the moments where you get like the biggest revelation, or you like get like just the biggest refreshing. I know for me, one lesson that I've learned kind of going along with that is just like when I am serving, I've learned more about myself, what I'm capable of, and some of the things that God is like, you're really good at this. You know what I'm saying? Use it for me in my house, like, you know, and then those skills also transfer out into the workplace or things like that. Like there's so many things that I've learned working with the ministry and working for and doing for God's glory, that then when I get out in, you know, on my job at the bank, I'm like, oh, I could do that. I did a similar task at church. You know what I'm saying? I was doing that here. I could do that here. Right. So it's just like, it's overall just rewarding. Like you said, to know that you're a part of something bigger. You're doing this for God and for his house. But then at the same time, he's also just like blessing you and showing you more and more about yourself. So that's always good.
Yeah. I also think that, you know, whatever role that you're serving in church, it's always just mindful to know that your part matters. You know, the Bible talks about us being the body. We all have different parts and everything. And I feel like that's the same kind of, you know, with church. And, you know, whatever position and role that you have, it's definitely making an impact and just bringing it all together. So I think that's very important to know and to be encouraged in, to say that, you know, your part matters, whatever you do, whether it's you're taking the trash out, you're honoring God, but you're also just being unified, you know, in the body.
Yeah. So with that, just what I got from that is nurture the gift. You know, just nurture it.
Yeah.
Like,
whatever role he gives.
Like I'm a greeter. Don't just stand at the door and say, "Oh, nice to see you." You know, nurture that thing, because it'll stir up something in you in your own personal life. Like you'll begin to see things like, gosh, like I need to start being excited for myself and treating myself that way. You know, so it does help me a lot. Like what I give to people, give it to myself. You know, so
something. I at my previous church, I served on the ministerial team, and we actually had to serve communion. But one guy, he shared, you know, when we were in the back just getting ready, one thing he shared that stuck with me was like, what we do is really an extension of Jesus. I mean, and that's what Jesus came to do on this earth. He came to serve. And so he was like, don't just think that you're handing communion to somebody. No, see it as Jesus extending communion to them, because he's using you as a vessel.
Yeah.
And so that's how with anything that I'm doing, I'm like, I'm an extension of Jesus Christ.
Wow.
You know, people need to see Jesus in my servitude. They need to see the joy of the Lord. They need to know that there's peace here, you know. So they need to know that they're welcome here.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I like that perspective. I needed that. Yeah.
I think for me, my biggest lesson is learning that serving is not just within the four walls.
Come on.
So a lot of times, you know, you think about, oh, okay, I serve on this ministry, I serve on that ministry.
That's good.
And most of the time it's inside the confounds of, you know, the ministry itself, the church, whether it's praise and worship, whether it's music, whether it's youth, whether it's, you know, like you said, the greeter or what have you, the sound. You know, it's so many different attributes of that. But then there's also outside of the four walls where you're still serving. So I don't think serving just stops on a Sunday, you know, or you pick it back up on Sunday and go throughout the week without serving. I think that's what we are called to do. We're called to serve, and that's throughout the week. That's serving at, whatever way you serve at church, you can serve at work. You know what I'm saying? It's different aspects of serving, and I don't think it's just within the four walls.
Yeah, that's good.
That's really good. That's a really good way to look at it. So if any of you ladies are considering serving in your ministry, or you do serve in your ministry, or you're not really involved, just know that your life is ministry.
Yeah.
And how you live it, how you treat other people, whether it be you working inside of the four walls or outside of the four walls of the church, just know that you are serving in some capacity, and it matters. So thank you.
Yeah.
That was really good.
That was good, lady.
Cool.
So before we wrap up this episode, I want to do what we call our Selah moment.
Sorry.
Sega.
It's okay.
Sega.
Oh. You had to go like 3 keys
Like,
down.
What? So this is where we take a moment to just look at the scripture. We dive a little deep, maybe give you a different perspective, different outlook, just more understanding on God's word. So I'm going to pass this one over to
AD. She's about to bring the fire.
do you have for us today?
All right, so in John 2, Jesus was at a wedding, and the couple was pretty much running out of wine for his guests, right? So Jesus tells the servants to fill several big jars right to the brim, right? So when they served the water to the guests, it was wine. What in the world? The water turned into wine.
Jesus.
But the guests never knew what happened. The servants were the ones that witnessed that miracle, right? So it's the same for us when we serve. So I just wrote down a couple of things. There's benefits to serving, and a lot of times I know people are like, okay, well, what's gonna happen? What's in it for me if I do this? You know what I'm saying? It always has to be that give take thing, but there's benefits, not tangible benefit. Well, it can be tangible, but these are not really tangible benefits that I'm speaking of. So just thinking about serving allows us to experience miracles, just like when Jesus turned the water into wine. That was a miracle, right? So serving allows us to experience the joy and the peace that comes from the obedience, right?
Yes.
Serving also increases our faith. Like, just thinking about the times that you're serving, what it's actually doing, right? It's building up that anticipation and your...
Yes.
I can't really put it into words.
We got it.
Thank you.
That's good.
And then
That's good.
serving surrounds us with other Christians who can help us follow Jesus.
Yes.
So almost like what you were speaking of earlier, just like that connection, connecting with sisters in Christ, connecting with your brothers in Christ. I think it's just challenging each other to, do what you're supposed to do, which is serving. And then also serving allows us to experience God's presence in new ways. And it's that encouragement and that healing that kind of goes hand in hand. And as we encourage others to find that healing, like, we're encouraged, right?
Yes.
So it's different ways that, the benefits come from serving. So I would just encourage everybody just to, help and serve others and be more like Jesus.
Yeah.
Come on.
Thank you.
That
for
was really-
That was really good.
Good job.
That was really good.
You did it.
Please
That was
get
really
Lord.
good. Thank you, AD. I really appreciate that.
Yes, that was good.
So, ladies, this wraps up season 3. This
Ready
wraps
for
up
the fall,
season
y'all?
3. Yes. So, as you guys prepare for fall with your pumpkin spice and
Ooh,
your
pumpkin spice,
decorations,
Yes.
and I'm so ready for the
I'm
decorations.
ready for the decorations.
Can't wait to put out the Christmas trees
yeah.
too.
Ooh.
So,
Now we're speaking
Christmas
of
movies?
Christmas trees.
Christmas
I
pajamas.
know, but I'm talking about Christmas movies.
Oh.
I put on my pajamas.
Hot
Winter
chocolate.
attire, my boots, and
Y'all
my
can see we ready for the
muffler,
fall
and
and the winter.
And my birthday. And my birthday, guys. I'm
All
turning
the-
30. Oh, go Jasmine. Go Jasmine.
Get it. Birthday dance.
It ain't no 30-30.
Jasmine,
It's a deliver 30.
Deliver 30, huh?
I said Jasmine.
Look here. Wait a minute. Wait.
Until
August
next
30th.
the 24th.
24.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Give her flowers again.
I know. know.
Happy
So-
birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday to you. Sorry.
Birthday to everyone who has a birthday in this year.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you.
Great.
I don't know what they got in these
Right.
cups, y'all.
I don't know.
So as we are
Why you gotta tell people our business?
gracious.
All right, Lakear.
As we prepare for fall, you guys have a great time. We will be back soon.
Very soon.
We love you guys. Listen, if you're in the Charlotte area, come by and see us.
Yes, come
the doors are open. Come on in. If you're not able to join us in person, that's fine. You can catch us on
What you do?
Facebook every Sunday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
Sunday at 10 a.m., Wednesday at 7 p.m. So just
Yes.
make sure you look out for that. You can catch us, the Flourish Women, and this podcast almost anywhere. So YouTube, Apple, Spotify,
Yes.
wherever you prefer to listen to podcasts, we are there. So make sure you go check us out.
Yes.
Leave us a comment. Let us know how you're doing. How are you decorating? You know, are you
Ooh.
serving in your ministry? We want to know more about
Tell us about
our
this thing.
Flourish extended family. So, ladies, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you've enjoyed season 3. I hope you enjoy fall coming up. And until next time,